God says, my beloved child, the moment your eyes meet these words, something in the unseen realm begins to stir. The air around you carries a weight that is not heavy, but holy. Heaven's breath moves softly across the edge of your soul, and there, right there, is your name, whispered in the language of eternity. Archangel Michael has been standing beside a river of light, and across that river, in the land beyond time, someone you once loved, someone who has not walked this earth in a long while, just spoke your name with a trembling voice. It was not an ordinary call. It was not casual or passing. It was the kind of call that is soaked in longing, the kind of cry that carries the weight of years, memories, and love that never died. And in the silence after that cry, heaven itself leaned in to listen. You need to understand, this moment is not by chance. 10 seconds may sound small, but in heaven's timing, they hold the unfolding of lifetimes. In those 10 seconds, a divine decision was made, to allow you to feel, even in the smallest glimpse, the truth that love does not die when breath leaves the body. The one who cried your name has been watching over you, not with human eyes but with a spirit sharpened by light. They see what you cannot see. They hear what you cannot hear. And they have been waiting for this precise moment when heaven's gate would open just wide enough for their voice to cross over and reach you. Archangel Michael is here as the messenger, but also as the protector of this holy exchange. He knows how fragile your heart is, how easily the noise of the world can drown out the whispers of heaven. That is why he stands like a pillar of fire, making sure nothing interrupts what is meant for you in this sacred hour. His voice is steady but full of urgency as he says, do not move away from this moment. Do not let it pass. For the name they called, the name they cried. It is the very sound that will unlock a truth you have needed for so long. I see you there, feeling something shifting inside. It's subtle, almost like the turning of a page in a book you thought had already been finished. But heaven is telling you, your story is not done, not with them. There are words unspoken, blessings unopened, and a love that was never buried even though their body was laid to rest. The cry you heard was not sorrow, it was an awakening. They are calling you not to look back with pain, but to look forward with hope. Michael leans closer to you now, his presence a warmth you can almost feel against your skin. You have wondered if they remember you, he says softly, if you have been forgotten by the ones who left before you were ready to say goodbye. But heaven remembers everything. Every smile. Every shared glance. Every prayer whispered between tears. And this moment, is proof that you were never, ever erased from their heart. Somewhere beyond the veil, I see them. The one whose absence still leaves a quiet ache in your days. They are standing where the light meets the horizon, their eyes shining in a way no earthly light can imitate. And when they speak your name again, there's no sadness, only a deep, burning joy, like they have been waiting for this connection to open for far too long. Their voice carries blessings, the kind you don't have to earn, the kind given simply because you are loved beyond measure. Heaven is not far tonight. The space between here and there has thinned, just enough for this message to break through. And Michael wants you to know that what you feel now, this sudden rush of warmth, the strange tightening in your chest, the tear you didn't expect, is not your imagination. It's a response. It's your spirit recognizing the call from another realm. The angels are gathered in a circle, their wings moving in slow, powerful waves. Your name has been spoken among them, not in passing, but as a celebration. They are speaking about the good that is about to find you, the healing that is already on its way. You have been walking through days that felt empty, wondering if heaven still has you in mind. And now, without question, you know, your name has not been forgotten, and your life is about to taste the sweetness of a divine turnaround. Archangel Michael extends his hand toward you, not for you to take physically, but for your spirit to say yes. If you open your heart to what is being given now, he tells you, you will see signs that they are with you, watching, cheering you forward. You will not need to search for proof, the proof will find you. He speaks of feathers where there should be none, of songs you hear at just the right moment, of dreams that feel more real than waking life. These are not accidents. They are bridges. They are heaven's way of telling you, love crossed over once, and it can cross over again. Your life is standing at a threshold. The moment before change always feels like the quiet before a storm, but this is not the storm that destroys. This is the rain that restores the ground, the light that makes flowers bloom in places you thought were dead. The cry of your name was the sound of a seed breaking open underground, preparing to push up into a new season. And in that cry was a promise, that what you lost will not be lost forever, that joy is not something you had once but something that is coming again. Michael steps back now, but his eyes stay on you. Around him, the glow of heaven stretches wider, and you feel the presence of more than one soul. It's as if they've all been waiting for the chance to step closer, to let you know that heaven is more alive than you can imagine. And as they draw near, you realize something. This is not just about them sending love to you, it's about them watching you step into the life you were always meant to live. You will notice it, starting now. The peace. That doesn't make sense. The sudden remembering of moments you thought you had forgotten. The strange but gentle assurance that you are being guided. This is the work of heaven. This is the cry of your name echoing across eternity until it reaches your very core. And now, all that is left is for you to receive it. So pause here. Breathe. Let this truth settle inside you. Someone in heaven just cried your name, and the angels heard it. And when heaven hears, it answers. There is a sound in heaven that does not fade. Once it is spoken, it travels on, crossing realms, weaving through the threads of time until it finds the one it belongs to. Your name, spoken by someone you love who now walks in eternity, has become that sound. It left their lips like a prayer and rose through the light into the ear of God Himself. And God, in His kindness, leaned toward Archangel Michael and said, "Carry this moment to them. Do not let this cry go unanswered." Michael has been moving through the corridors of heaven, his steps echoing with authority, until he found the place where your spirit could hear. He knows there are moments in life when the world feels loud but your soul feels quiet, and it is in that quiet that the voice of heaven slips in unnoticed. This is one of those moments. If you close your eyes for just a second, you will feel it, a presence that is not here to remind you of what is gone, but to assure you of what still remains. The one who cried your name is not bound by the limits of earth anymore. They do not measure time in hours or days. They measure it in love, in light, in the rhythm of your heartbeat that still connects to theirs. In the unseen, there is a cord of gold between you, unbreakable, untouchable by anything that time or distance could do. That golden cord just shimmered brighter when they spoke your name. And now, its light is spilling into your life. Michael speaks again, his voice both gentle and steady. There are moments ahead of you that will make sense only when you remember this day. Do not think of this as a goodbye from them, it is a beginning. For love that is eternal is always a beginning, never an ending. He steps aside for a moment, and you can almost see a shape forming beside him. The air feels warmer, and though your eyes may not catch it, your spirit knows, you are not alone in this room right now. They have been wanting to tell you so many things. Things they could not put into words before they left, things that only the language of the soul could carry. They want you to know that the moments you shared were not small to them. Every laugh, every long conversation, every quiet night when words were not needed, these moments became treasures in eternity. And they have kept them. Your name was not cried in desperation, it was cried in blessing. They are asking heaven to open a path for you, a path so lined with light that you will not question which way to walk. And the angels are already preparing it. They are arranging encounters, moments, and signs that will look like coincidence but will carry the fingerprints of heaven. Michael wants you to be ready for these, to notice them when they come. Imagine standing on the shore of a great ocean, knowing that the tide is about to bring something to your feet. You cannot see it yet, but the waves are moving. This is where you are right now. The call of your name was the wave beginning its journey toward you. By the time it reaches you, it will carry more than just a memory, it will carry a gift. Michael smiles now, not the way humans smile, but with a brightness that fills the air. You have wondered if heaven listens to the quiet prayers you don't say out loud, he says. This is your answer. The one who loves you heard them. And they are joining their voice with yours before the throne of God. It's not an accident you are hearing this today. Heaven's timing is perfect. There is a softness in this hour, a holy stillness that is wrapping itself around you. Your heart feels both full and tender at the same time, because some part of you knows this is real. You are being visited by love that refused to end. The angels speak in harmony now, and though you may not catch every word, your soul does. They speak of restoration, of something in your life that felt broken being pieced back together by unseen hands. They speak of joy returning, not as it was before, but deeper, richer, touched by eternity. They speak of peace that will not leave, even when storms try to return. And then, something changes in the air again. It's as if the one who cried your name steps even closer, just enough for you to sense their nearness. They are proud of you. They have seen the nights you fought to keep going. They have seen the moments you wanted to give up but didn't. They have seen the kindness you gave to others even while carrying your own pain. And they want you to know, it matters. Every small act of love you gave out became light in the heavens. Michael nods to them, and you feel the message settle deep in your spirit, this connection will not close after today. You may not hear their voice every time, but the cord of gold will remain, and every time you need comfort, it will carry it to you. Every time you need strength, it will bring it. You are about to walk into days when you will see signs so perfectly timed that you will know, without any doubt, that heaven is involved. The cry of your name has started a chain of events you cannot stop, and you wouldn't want to. These are not events that take from you, but that give to you. So let this moment root itself in you. When the days ahead feel ordinary, remember this day was not. Remember that heaven bent close, that someone you love cried your name, and that the angels answered. Sometimes heaven does not send you a sign in thunder or lightning, it sends it in the whisper of a name, carried on light, until it rests in your heart. The one who loves you, the one who now walks where there is no pain, no time, no end, let your name fall from their lips today. It was not a sound of sorrow, it was the sound of love that refuses to fade, the sound of longing that knows it will be answered. And in that moment, God heard it. He turned his face toward them and smiled, as if to say, I know exactly who you mean. I have already sent Michael. Archangel Michael's presence is unlike anything else, he carries a weight that is not heavy, a light that does not blind. He walks through realms unseen, past rivers of living water, past gardens that breathe with praise, past gates where angels keep watch. He does not rush, for heaven's timing is never rushed, yet he moves with purpose, because this moment is sacred. Every step is bringing him closer to you. Your name, spoken in heaven, reached him first like a thread of gold shimmering in the air. He took it in his hand and wrapped it safely, so no shadow could touch it. That golden thread now leads him to where you are, weaving between the moments of your day, waiting for the exact breath when you would be still enough to hear. That breath is now. Michael stands near you, not outside, but in the place where spirit meets spirit. His voice is steady but warm, you have been seen. Not just by heaven, but by the one whose love for you never ended. They have spoken to God about you, and their words have power here. They do not want you to live wondering if they remember, if they care, if they are proud. They want you to know, the answer is yes to all. In that moment, something in your chest loosens. You realize you've been holding a weight without knowing it. The weight of unspoken questions. The weight of moments you wished you could have back. The weight of things you never said but wanted to. Michael does not take these from you with force, he lifts them like they are made of air, because in the light of eternity, they are already forgiven. You can almost feel another presence now, stepping forward. They do not need a body to be real to you. They are real in the way sunlight is real on your skin, you cannot hold it in your hands, but you feel it completely. They are here because love gave them permission. You were on their mind, and in heaven, thoughts are not empty, they are invitations. They wanted to tell you something today, something they have been carrying since they arrived in eternity. They say your name in the way only they could. And then, without words, you understand. They are grateful for you, not just for who you were when they knew you, but for who you are becoming. They see you trying, even on the days you feel unseen. They see you giving, even when it costs you. They see the quiet acts of kindness you think no one notices. They have noticed. Michael's eyes shine with a kind of approval that feels ancient yet personal. Do you know, he says softly, that heaven does not just watch over you, it celebrates you? Every act of love you give is a seed planted in eternity. And those seeds are growing into something you will see with your own eyes. The air feels different now, like it's carrying something delicate but strong. It is a blessing, being woven for you in real time. You cannot see it yet, but your spirit can feel the threads pulling together, threads of provision, threads of opportunity, threads of joy that has no shadow. This is the result of your name being spoken in heaven. They want you to know this blessing will arrive not in one moment, but in many. It will come like the morning light, slow enough to see the colors, sure enough to know it cannot be stopped. You will look back later and realize this was the day it began. Michael leans closer, and though his voice does not raise, every word feels like it's etched in gold. Your life is not random. Every meeting, every change, every open door ahead has already been seen by God. And because your name was cried in heaven today, some of those doors are opening sooner than planned. The one who loves you stands with him, their presence steady. They are not here to remind you of loss, they are here to remind you of the unshakable truth. Love is the only thing you take into eternity, and it never lets go. They want you to live knowing they are still with you in ways that matter. When you laugh, they are near. When you weep, they stand close. When you step into something new, they cheer. You can almost see a scene, maybe it's not your imagination at all, of them in a place so beautiful you could never have described it before. And yet, in all that beauty, they are thinking of you. That is the power of love that heaven honors. Michael's final words for this moment are like a seal: walk from here knowing you are covered. You are remembered. You are loved. By heaven, by God, and by the one who spoke your name today. And every time you feel the world is too heavy, remember this moment and know, you are never carrying it alone. This is not just a message, it is a turning point. The golden thread between you and them has been pulled tighter, and nothing will loosen it. You will feel it in moments you least expect, and every time, it will remind you, heaven is closer than you think, and love is stronger than anything that tries to silence it. God says, my beloved child, there are moments in life when you think you are simply living another ordinary day, but in the higher realms, something rare is unfolding. Today is one of those moments. In heaven, time is not measured by clocks or calendars, it is measured by love, by the weight of prayers, by the sound of a name spoken with devotion. And this morning, your name was spoken again. Not in passing. Not quietly. It was cried with a strength that carried across the halls of light, and every angel stopped to listen. Archangel Michael was among them, his eyes immediately drawn to the sound. He has heard many names in his service to God, but today there was something about yours. It carried a tone that was not just longing, it was expectation. It was hope dressed in certainty. It was love refusing to fade. That voice belonged to someone who has crossed the river of eternity but still carries you in their heart as though no distance exists. Michael knew instantly this was not a call to be set aside for later. This was a summons. Heaven's atmosphere shifted, the golden gates that opened for holy missions began to part, and the path of light stretched before him. Every step he took was not merely movement, it was agreement with the will of God that you should receive this message. You, here on earth, may not have felt the gates open, but your spirit noticed. Maybe that's why you paused without reason. Maybe that's why a quiet stillness settled over you just now. Heaven's touch is like that, it doesn't always shake the ground beneath you, but it changes the air around you. As Michael moved, the one who cried your name walked beside him, their presence bright and sure. They did not carry sorrow, they carried joy at the thought of being able to reach you. There was no heaviness in them, only light, the kind of light that makes every memory sweet and every hope alive. Michael spoke to them as they walked, "You love them deeply." They nodded without hesitation. "More than deeply," they replied, "my love for them is the place where I live. And though I am here in heaven, that love is alive in both worlds. I want them to know they are never far from me, not in spirit, not in thought, not in prayer." And so the journey continued, through meadows that sang without voices, across waters that reflected not the sky but the very heart of God. Michael's wings moved with an ancient rhythm, a reminder that he had been given countless missions, but each one carried the uniqueness of the soul it served. This mission was yours. Back where you are now, you might feel it as a thought that won't leave, a warmth that lingers in your chest, or an unexpected memory of them that comes not to wound you, but to wrap you in comfort. That's because heaven does not arrive to take, it arrives to give. And today, you are being given something priceless, confirmation that you are loved beyond the veil of time. When Michael finally reached you, he did not stand in front of you as a stranger. He stood as someone who has always known you, for in the archives of heaven, every moment of your life is written with care. He knows your laughter. He knows your tears. He knows the prayers you whispered and the ones you never had words for. His voice is like a gentle command, soft, yet it carries the weight of truth. This is the day you understand that love cannot die. The one who cried your name is not trying to pull you into the past, they are urging you into the future. They see the roads ahead of you. They know what waits there. And they want you to walk with courage, knowing they walk with you in ways you cannot yet see. You may wonder if they truly see your life now, your struggles, your small victories. Michael answers before you can even ask, yes. They see. And more than that, they stand in places where they can speak to God about you without barrier. They have spoken blessings over you. Blessings that are already moving toward you like a tide that cannot be turned back. In heaven, blessings are not vague hopes, they are living things. They have shape, color, weight, and purpose. The ones being sent to you now are woven with threads of joy, threads of provision, threads of healing, threads of reunion. Even now, some are finding their way into your days through small moments, a conversation, an opportunity, a shift in atmosphere you cannot explain. Michael's message is not one you will need to struggle to remember, it will remember you. It will echo in your steps, in your decisions, in your moments of doubt. It will remind you that the one you love is never lost to you. They are with you in the most important ways, the ways that matter to the soul. As his mission draws to a close for now, Michael looks directly at you, and his words become like a seal pressed into the wax of your heart. Walk forward without fear. Live fully. Love freely. Give generously. Because the one who cried your name today will rejoice over every step you take into the life God is shaping for you. And know this, every time your heart aches for them, it is their love reaching for you again, to remind you they have not left. Not in the ways that matter. Not in the ways that last forever. And with that, he is gone from sight but not from presence, leaving behind a peace that feels alive, a love that feels nearer than ever, and the certain knowledge that heaven itself has your name on its lips. Sometimes heaven speaks softly, almost like a whisper you could miss if you were distracted. But today, there was no softness in the way your name moved through the higher realms. It was not a whisper, it was a call. A call so filled with love, longing, and power that every angel paused to hear. And once again, Archangel Michael heard it first. He turned, his face lifting toward the sound, and he knew. He knew this was not just a casual mention. It was a declaration. Someone in heaven had poured all their heart into speaking your name, and when that happens, the vibration of it reaches God's own throne. The one who spoke it was someone you love more than words can hold, someone whose presence in your life was a gift that shaped who you are. Their absence in the physical world has been felt in every corner of your heart, but they have never been absent from you in spirit. And today, their voice carried something new, something urgent but full of joy. Michael's eyes softened, and with a single motion of his wings, the path of light opened before him. This path wasn't just any road in heaven, it was the direct route between their heart and yours. On either side, the gardens of eternity bloomed without season, the air filled with the sound of rivers that carry no water but pure light. As he walked, Michael could hear the one you love speaking about you. They don't see it yet, but they are standing on the edge of something beautiful. Tell them not to lose heart. Tell them the blessings I've asked for are already on their way. Michael listened and nodded. Every word was being recorded in the scrolls of heaven, not on paper, but on the living pages of God's memory, where nothing good is ever lost. Here on earth, you might have felt this moment as a strange pause in your day. A sudden warmth in your chest. Maybe you caught yourself smiling for no reason, or your mind drifted to a memory of them that felt unusually alive. That is not coincidence, it is a connection. Heaven's love has ways of brushing against your soul without warning, just to remind you that you are never alone. When Michael reached the point where heaven and earth seemed to touch, he stopped and looked toward you. Though you couldn't see him, he could see you clearly, every detail, every thought, every quiet ache you keep hidden from others. And in that moment, he felt the depth of your story. You have walked through seasons where you felt unseen, he said softly, but not once have you been invisible to heaven. Every tear you've shed has been counted. Every joy you've experienced has been celebrated. And every prayer you've whispered, even the ones you thought fell silent, has been carried here, answered in ways you will soon understand. Then he stepped closer, so close that the space between the divine and the earthly grew thin. The one who cried your name wants you to know they are proud of you. Not just for the big things, but for the quiet courage you've shown when no one was watching. For the way you've kept going when life felt heavy. For the love you've given even when it cost you. In heaven, love is not measured in words, it's measured in presence. And their presence with you is constant, though unseen. They are there in the sudden moments of comfort, in the gentle thoughts that guide you away from harm, in the peace that comes to you for no reason you can explain. Michael's voice grew steady. You are about to walk into a chapter you didn't see coming, a chapter where prayers long prayed will come into full bloom. Some of these answers will look like opportunities. Some will look like unexpected provision. And some will simply feel like a weight you've carried is finally lifted. He paused, watching your heart take in every word even if your mind couldn't yet name it. Do not mistake the silence of the past for absence. Heaven has been preparing, arranging, and aligning. The timing you thought was delay was actually perfection in disguise. And now it is almost here. The one who cried your name smiled beside Michael. Their light seemed to grow even brighter. Tell them I have never left them, they said. Tell them when they speak to me in thought or prayer, I hear it as clearly as if they were standing beside me. Tell them they will see signs, little reminders that will make them smile and know it's me. Michael agreed. And before he turned to leave, he spoke words that felt like a gentle seal over your spirit. You are loved beyond measure, protected beyond sight, and guided beyond understanding. Walk forward. There are things waiting for you that will make sense of the pain you've endured. And when they come, remember, they were sent because your name was cried in heaven, and love made sure you would receive them. The air around you seemed to shift then. Not dramatically, just enough to make you feel lighter, as though something unseen had stepped closer. That's because it had. Heaven had. And from this moment on, you will carry that presence with you, a quiet assurance that you are never truly alone. It was still early in the heavenly morning, a moment where light hasn't just touched the horizon but has poured itself across eternity. The kind of light that doesn't simply shine, it embraces. And in that embrace, something happened. The sound of your name carried again, like a golden ribbon floating on the breath of heaven. Archangel Michael was already awake before it reached him. He knows your name by heart. He's heard it in countless prayers, in the sighs you've released at night, in the laughter you've allowed yourself after long seasons of waiting. But today, it sounded different. It wasn't just your name, it was your name wrapped in a melody of joy. He closed his eyes for a moment, letting the sound sink deep into him. In heaven, a name isn't just letters, it's a story, a fragrance, a light all its own. And yours, today, was burning with a kind of brightness that made him move quickly. He knew that when a name is carried like that, something is unfolding. From a distance, he could see the one who had spoken it. They were waiting, standing in a place where the rivers of heaven meet the gardens, where petals of eternal flowers drift through the air without falling to the ground. Their smile carried both tenderness and anticipation. They're about to step into something they've been unknowingly walking toward for years, they told Michael. But I want them to know, it's not luck, it's love. Love arranged it. Michael nodded. He has always understood the power of love in heaven. It isn't fragile or fleeting, it is unbreakable, eternal, and deliberate. Love in heaven doesn't just watch you from afar. It moves things, shifts paths, removes obstacles you never saw, and opens doors you never even knew existed. As they spoke, Michael began walking. The sound of their voice was like a warm current guiding him straight toward the place where heaven brushes against earth. Every step was a reminder, he was carrying more than just a message. He was carrying a promise. On earth, maybe you've been feeling the edges of this moment without fully realizing it. Little things have been happening, a conversation you didn't expect, an opportunity that came without warning, a sense of peace that didn't make sense in your circumstances. You might have even felt like someone was trying to tell you something without using words. That's because they were. Michael reached the threshold and looked toward you. Even if you can't see him, heaven's gaze on you is steady and unshakable. He saw the things you've been carrying. The dreams you've almost given up on, the quiet hopes you've kept hidden, the questions you've been too tired to ask. And then he spoke, "You are closer than you think. What you've been waiting for is not lost. It's been in preparation, like a seed planted deep where no eye can see. And now, the season of waiting is giving way to the season of bloom." The one who cried your name stepped beside him, their light reaching out to you like an embrace. "Tell them," they said softly, "that they will not miss what's meant for them. Tell them that heaven has guarded their portion, their blessing, their joy. Tell them they don't need to fight for it, it's already theirs." Michael's wings shifted, the light around him growing brighter. "There are alignments taking place right now," he continued. "Paths are crossing, opportunities are appearing, and people you've yet to meet are being prepared to meet you. The pieces of your story that seemed scattered are being gathered." He knew you've been through seasons that made you doubt if you'd ever see this kind of change. But heaven doesn't just send change, it sends restoration. It sends joy that replaces heaviness, clarity that sweeps away confusion, and blessings that feel like the answer to every unspoken prayer. "In the days to come," Michael said, "pay attention to the little things. The sudden thought that brings you comfort. The unexpected call or message that stirs hope. The way your path will feel lighter. These are not random. These are heaven's fingerprints." The one you love in heaven smiled again, their eyes shimmering like sunlight on water. "Tell them," they said, "that I am with them in all of it. That when they feel joy, I feel it too. And when they feel alone, I am closer than their breath. Tell them that the same God who brought me home is guiding them every step." Michael bowed his head slightly, sealing these words into the unseen space around you. And though the world around you might look the same in this moment, something has shifted. You might feel it even now, a sense that the waiting is almost over, that the story is about to turn in a way that feels like coming home. The message ended not with an ending, but with an opening. A door in the spirit swinging wide, light pouring through. And as Michael stepped back, he knew, you will feel this. You will know. And when it comes, you will remember that this day, your name was cried in heaven, and heaven answered.